All right. Feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. GM everybody, GM Chimsy, GM Claire, GM Blaze, and GM Near. Yeah, we are here again. Okay, Don Exclusive George joined us, GM to you too. We are here again with the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Pazuzu and Mist. The last time we were here, we had a really swell time. Everybody enjoyed themselves. We learned a lot. We talked about a lot of interesting things on our space. And now we're here again. And from what I'm hearing, Moist has a lot of things packed and ready for us. So we are going to have a really swell time. They have a collaboration with Liquid City. And from what I'm hearing is already really massive. And at the end of the space, we're going to be also doing, a sort of demo. Yeah, they're going to be live streaming the demo of Liquid City on from their YouTube onto the space so that we could see what they've done. So hold on to your seats. I think the internet over here is disturbing some people, but hold on to your seats. Go to a better place with network. If you're in Nigeria, climb up a tree. Yeah, get your servers right, because this is a space you're not supposed to miss. So without further ado, let's get into it. Pazuzu, how are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling good. Feeling good.
Oh,
It's been a busy week. It's been good though. How about you?
yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Like you said, it's also been a busy week for me over here. I've been writing an exam. I wrote my exam last week. So,
Oh yeah.
when I came back, so I was like, getting, it's been a long time since I really put much effort on my X. So I was like taking my time to reacclimatize myself with the TL and everything that's going
Yeah.
on. And oh my God, a lot has gone on. So yeah, I am back now. I'm back now. It's been a busy week, but it's been good too.
Yeah, I feel it, man. Yeah, it's been a really interesting week. I mean, just like in the space in general. I know we were talking a little bit earlier about it too, but I'll go ahead and just recap again. But this week was the Meteora drop, and so a lot of people. I mean, that's probably the largest airdrop that we've had since Jupiter. Back in 2022. And a lot of people got that drop. And it was really interesting because you could either get it in the form of a token or in the form of liquidity. And so obviously, since we're big liquidity guys, the majority of us opted to receive it in liquidity, but our DAO received it in the form of a token. So, for those DAO wallets, we opted for a token claim. So that way we could redistribute it to our DAO. So everybody in our DAO received some MET, even if they didn't receive any directly from Meteora, which was pretty cool. And we felt like we needed to do that, and that we also needed to make a Moist LP because they're probably the platform that we've been building on the most. Like when you look at all of our LPs, most of them are on Meteora because they're like really low cost to deploy. They're really fair with their fees and pricing models. Good features, easy to build on, easy to access, consistently up. And I mean, not to talk any smack on Radium or Orca. We love those platforms too, and we also have LPs there. Like our largest LP is on Radium. We have an OR LP on Orca. It's just those platforms are more expensive to build on. They're not as fast, and they have had technical issues over the years. So we like to kind of spread it out a little bit. Big fans of Meteora. So that was a big thing that happened this week. But I'm curious about y'all. Like, how did y'all make out on Met? Did anybody here get a Met airdrop? I think it was pretty sparse because there were like really specific requirements. I think, one big one was if you provided liquidity in the M3 pool, but another one was if you were just like a Jupe staker. So anybody who's staked in Jupe and has been voting in the Jupe DAO also got a liquidity allocation. So that was pretty cool. That's how our week started
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too. I saw that on my TL, those who were like in the Jib DAO, and oh my God, like a lot has happened this week, really. A lot has happened this week. But I don't think any of us here were in the Jib DAO also, cause really I wasn't also in the Jib DAO cause oh my God, I've really been busy. So yeah, we missed on meth.
Oh yeah. You know what? It's okay though. And I would just mention JupeDAO is pretty solid. They're probably if you look at all of the decentralized autonomous organizations in the world, I'm pretty sure Jupiter DAO is one of the most widely participated in because they have something called ASR, active staking rewards. And if you guys are unfamiliar with that, basically how it works is if you have Jupe and you stake it on their platform and you vote on all of it doesn't matter how you vote, just as long as you participate. If you vote on all of the DAO votes and proposals that are put forward throughout the year, you receive at the end of the year active staking rewards, which is usually in the form of staked Jupiter as well. So you consistently are kind of growing that position, which is really cool. But also things like this happen a lot, big TGEs and other communities that are releasing will see that group of stakers be like, oh man, we should airdrop to them. That's exactly what Met did. So it was pretty smart to do that with the liquidity release and targeting, Jupe DAO members like that, because it's pretty big DAO. Really cool guys. Also, I'm sure everybody here uses Jupiter. Most people don't go directly to Raydium or Meteora or Orca, et cetera, to do swaps. Sometimes people swap in their wallet, but if you've been around for a little bit, you realize it's much more expensive to do it that way versus going to Jupiter or another aggregate. Anyway, so I'll stop waxing about that, but that was a big one this week. Let's see what else. Another thing that has been going on this week, is we have these participation rewards that we've been doing where basically we use Maki and Me6 and Fluxtility and all these little bots that we have to determine server activity. And so every month we would pull from the LP fees that were generated and we would give a portion of that back to the most active people in our Discord and on our Twitter. So what I noticed is that while that was really cool, those rewards were pretty paltry, right? It would just be $1 here or there. So instead of doing it monthly, we're moving that to quarterly because it will make the rewards more substantial, and then it will also make it more competitive for who is the most active. So that's another thing that we did this week. And then the last big thing we did was about our farms. So we had a bunch of farms. I don't know if you guys are aware, but we had I think at one time we had 5 different farms. We had a SAD farm and a WOOF farm and a JLP farm and a number of others. Well, we pared all that down because after doing that for a year, I feel like that's enough farming at that level. So we've pared it down to be just 2 LPs. And so our DAO voted on that. And now we're farming on our JLP farms and we're farming on our USDC farms. And I really like that USDC farm because it's a new one that we just made, but it does dual emissions. So it adds additional staking rewards in the form of Moist and USDC, which is pretty cool. Pretty similar to what Met did with their recent TGE release. I really liked that model. So that's what we opted for, with this farm. So those are the 3 big things this week for us that, we've all been working on. But the thing that I'm most curious about and the reason why I wanted to meet today was because of Liquid City. So this is our Portals integration. If y'all are unfamiliar with Portals, they're really cool. They're kind of like the Roblox of DeFi. Their website is theportal.to if you ever want to check them out. They do NFTs that can be staked for a token. They have a gaming mechanic token, and then they do tons and tons and tons of I guess you could say maybe dev contests where people will do game jams. Right now there's one going on right now that uses kind of Atari stuff. It's very cool. Oh yeah. Thank you, Dion. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. So Liquid City reveal today. I think what I want to do is, now that I'm being told that it is done, is I want to record a demo and just kind of show you around all the stuff we've been working on. Now I'm not going to hook my wallet up so we won't test any of the DeFi capabilities, but I want you to visually see kind of what this is. And then I can talk through, what we're trying to do with it. But Portals is very cool. They've been around. They just did their TGE last month, and that was another one that our DAO participated in. So we really wanted to build on their platform. We got a number of people that have been helping us with this Liquid City release. Let's see. One big one, obviously Capsy. They're our art director. They're Australia, so it's actually pretty early for them right now, so they're not on here, but I'm sure they'll listen to this later. Capsy's done a tremendous job of really pushing this forward, and kind of being the main design force behind, what we're doing with Liquid City and who to involve. And then he pulled in a couple other people. He pulled in Miro. If you guys are unfamiliar with Miro Web, they're from the Boku, Dragons space, and they do a lot of building in Portals. They've helped us with a lot of the design in this space. And then also CyberArt's NFT has helped us a ton with the design, and with the integration into Liquid City. So I'm really excited to kind of go through this, with everybody here. And, so what I'm thinking is, maybe we can talk a little bit about some of these things that I've just sort of gone through. And then I'm just going to launch it and I'll set it to broadcast on our YouTube so you guys can see this demo too while I'm looking through it. And then, should be fun.
Okay. Firstly, let's talk a little. So, for those who are new here that were on the space the last time we did this, can you really talk to us a little about the portal integration and then also, the entire, the idea behind Liquid City and portals?
Yeah, absolutely. So portals, like I mentioned earlier, is definitely I would say the Roblox of DeFi. They're a really big, player in the Solana space. I think they're the largest metaverse and gaming player in the Solana space, I would argue. They have a huge valuation, multiple revenue streams. So as a product, they're pretty solid, and that's what really drew us to them, was that a lot of gaming platforms aren't really very transparent with their revenue, or they don't have businesses built around their products. But these guys do. So we were really drawn to them in that way. And the way that we're integrating with them is basically what we've done is we've, acquired a domain from them that's going to be for Liquid City. And I'm not going to release that domain today because we're doing a whole whitelist thing, but I will show you guys what it looks like. And then also, in addition to integrating with that domain, we also built directly on that platform. So we did a little bit of design out of the box and then uploaded it, but most of the things that you see in Liquid City were built in Liquid City through the Portals platform, which is pretty cool. We wanted to make sure that it was pretty native to Portals. And then I guess the other piece, what is it? What do we plan on doing with this? Is kind of two things. So, we wanted to create a metaverse area for our holders. So that's one. But we also wanted to create a place that could feature games that we make. We have a lot of people here that are really interested in game design and have started to kind of make smaller scale games, and we want a place to feature those and to have leaderboards, and prizes and all this kind of stuff. And then the other thing is we wanted a visual representation of all of our LPs. It can be kind of hard to visualize how this project works because, there's so many different LPs, but, visually seeing it and being able to participate in a way in which you can physically talk with others in a physical space, even though it's just a digital representation, seemed like an important thing to add to our ecosystem to give it a little more utility.
Okay, so that's really, 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 really nice. That's really, really big on what they've been building on portals. So the entire Liquid City team, because I've been part of the project for some time now. I've been really, really looking forward to Liquid City because even when you told me that it's going to be available, that once it's launched, it's going to be available for Moist Masters, people that are in the DAO and all that. I was really, really, really looking forward to it. So can you give us those who could get access to Liquid City once Liquid City is launched?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, definitely anybody in our DAO, is going to get access. And, if you're curious about that, basically we have an entry channel in our Discord that has all the details about that. But if you are a member of our DAO, you get access 100%. If you're a founder, so someone who has, received the founder role, these are all people that helped to kind of launch the project and have helped the project in substantial and meaningful ways. They get access. And then we also have an OG role called Moist Master. And that's just for people that, are active in the Discord. So if you're in our Discord and you're chatting with us and you're active and you're hanging out, you'll get that role. Those people will also have whitelist access to Liquid City. This is something that we may release fully publicly at some point, but we really just want it to be for our community at first. And so, what I'm going to show you today, is definitely going to be a public look. But access is going to be for those 3 roles. So if you're interested in getting access to this, or in getting any of those roles, you'd definitely be sure to hop in the Discord and chat with us. And then that'll be the easiest way to get that access.
Okay. For those who are not in the Discord, can you walk us through how to get into the DAO, the advantages of being in the DAO, and just what the DAO does to you as a Moist holder in general.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I would say that we're a pretty simple project. We try to keep it pretty low key. We're really interested in education, liquidity, and utility. So we're a small scale liquidity project that focuses on DAO governance. That's the easiest way to think about us. So we have like a tiny DAO, and that DAO controls maybe close to 10% of the supply of this token. And all of that supply is inside of a multisig. And then that multisig is voted on by the DAO in order to determine what to do with it. So like sometimes we'll use it to build new liquidity pools. Sometimes we'll use it to, create prizes or fund new initiatives or blah, 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 build thing. For instance, like a domain, like we have a domain for our project, moist-token.app, and that was funded by the DAO. So this is what our DAO does. And then as far as the token itself can be used both as a means of access in our Discord. So if you hold at least, I believe it's 1 million Moist, then you can get full access to the Discord minus the DAO channels, which gives you access to like price trading monitoring. You can run commands. We have a bunch of cool bots in there, including Tree Capital, Me6, Maki, everything that you could really need to kind of query anything. We have a couple AI integrations in there too. We don't have Gimage set up yet, but we're probably going to do that soon. So there's a lot of utility and function in Discord, and then there's a lot of utility and function in liquidity in the sense that we have all these different LPs that you can pair it with. And then as Moist moves up, you'll both gain Moist and the underlying pairing that you're pairing with. And then the other thing that we like to do is we like to really, really focus on education. So like if there's one thing that we really want, we don't really care. Honestly, we're probably one of the only projects like this, but we don't care if you hold our token. Like we want you to. We want you to get it and support us and use the utility and get in here. But really what we want is we want you to be educated. We want you to come in here. We want you to like learn how not to get scammed. We want you to learn about what platforms are good. And we want to help teach you how to do market making and liquidity providing, as well as like how to spot things that are like fishy, and I think that kind of education is deeply important to us. I think altogether that is what our ecosystem is about education relative to liquidity and, small scale DAO governance.
Okay, that is really, 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 really interesting, and that goes a long way to tell you that Moist is for the community. I've never seen I've been in this space for quite some time. I've been in crypto Twitter for quite some time. You do not see a project who tells you they don't really care if you kick their token, because everybody's in here to make money, but Moist is really, really about the education and small scale DAO governance. They don't want you to get scammed, because nowadays every project on deck screen has a rug pull. Somebody's looking for the quickest way to make money off people. But Moist is here to build for the long term. They are generally focused on the education of people in the community. They are not really interested about all those crazy stuff. Yes, if you hold our token, it's fine. We would advise you should hold our token, because Moist is going places, and I know you want to be there when we move from where we are to when one Moist is like $8, $9, $100. Remember the last time we were on the space, you were like, when Moist, the way Moist started and all that. So I know you guys need to be seated for that, but still, we are really, really, really about the education, and really, really about you learning how to navigate your way to Twitter and through the crypto space and make money off it. So without further ado, I think we've talked about Liquid City. I think we've talked about the DAO, and I think we've talked about Moist. So, Pazuzu, is there anything you want to add before we go into, the demo? So you could share your screen, because I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, just to kind of like reiterate what you just said. I mean, I agree. I think like, I think that it is pretty clear that there are some issues in this space, right? I think that there are a lot of scams out there. There's a lot of gambling and gambling addiction. There's a lot of deceit. I mean, some of the largest Ponzi schemes that have ever happened in the history of the world have happened in the crypto space. So I just think that it's really important to like question the mechanisms that are in place so that we don't take them for granted. And I think that like a great way to consider that is to teach people and educate people about like what to look for that is good and what to look for that is bad. And so like, for instance, relative to your point, most projects out there, they just like pump and dump immediately, right? Like they go all the way up, they get Jupe verified, and then they pump all the way back down, right? And all that money gets pulled. And usually it happens one of two ways. Either one person provides the liquidity, they don't lock that liquidity, and it goes all the way up and then they pull it at the top, or one person or a cabal of people control the token supply, which helps it to go up, and then when supply and demand is reduced, they dump their tokens. These are the two ways that rug pulls tend to happen. Like, of course, there are occasional scams, technical hacks and things like that, but mostly these are the scams that we're talking about, these types of rug pulls. And so if you look at just like any one of the thousands of tokens that have been Jupiter verified over the last 6 months, and this isn't to say anything bad about Jupiter, I'm just stating facts. If you look at any of the thousands of tokens that have been verified, you will notice that 99% of them are at zero value. And it is because they have no more liquidity. It's because they never locked their liquidity. What I want to teach people how to do through this project is to be able to query certain things to find real results. So like, for instance, if you go on Dex Screener right now and you look at all the pump fund tokens that have graduated, that have been around for greater than a year, that have 20K liquidity or more, and that liquidity is mostly locked, you will see that it's like 10 projects, and we're one of them. So I think that teaching people how to kind of see through the BS to find the real value, I think is like a big piece of what we want to do here. But anyway, this is just another piece of that. So I'm going to set this up real quick, and then I will post this over to you so that you can see what I'm doing.
Okay, that is gonna be really great because that's what I've been looking forward to. So, without further ado, the main thing we've been waiting for, we want to see what Liquid City is about. We want to see Liquid City live because we've just been hearing of Liquid City. We want to see Liquid City live. And in a minute, you're going to be part of the first people. I really mean the first people. I'm telling you, our Discord community hasn't seen this. As after this is going to be recorded to send to them. So if you're here, you're among those who got the first front row seats to Liquid City. So without further ado, we're waiting for you. So this is, if you're not part of us yet, this is a very, 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 very big call on to you. This is what we're building. We're all about education. We're all about correcting the wrong, because one person has to do right, yeah? Someone has to do right in a whole population of people doing wrong. Rug pulls are everywhere. Ponzi schemes are everywhere. This is happening today. That is happening today. This pump, that pump, the whole cryptocurrency is madness. This is a space, most is a space and a community where we learn, we teach. Cause even when I joined, there was a time in our chat, somebody just was like, a token on this, on Dexter, yeah, I think on Dex Screener, and it was like, he posted it over, and one of our founders and the OGs were like, no, don't do this, look at this here, look at that here. It's a rock pool. So whether you're a jobber, you're an investor, you're trading degen, whatever, it's a place for you to be, because you know what project to invest your time in. Because most time it's not even the money that's the problem, it's the time you invested, the belief, the hope and everything. Then you not end up getting scammed. You get scammed of your time. Sometimes you get scammed of your money. You get scammed of your joy and interest. Cause I am one person who really, really, really doesn't like my hopes shattered. And when I've built hope on something, it just gets shattered because of one person wanted to just make money off me. So this is a place for you to be. If you're not part of our Discord yet, the link to our Discord is on the post on the Jumbotron. Just go to the post, like, comment. That's a breakdown of everything Liquid City is about. Like, comment, and get into it. Get in to our Discord. We are waiting to see you on the Discord. So yeah, Pazuzu, I'm waiting for you.
Sounds good. Give me just 1 sec here.
Okay.
All right. You see that?
Yeah, I just did.
Okay, cool. I'm just like jumping in place right now.
Okay. I'm about to share it, so.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, if not, people can just go to the link. It's all good. I'm going to edit this all together later so that it'll be easier.
Okay,
All
I
right.
think it's up. Yeah, it's up, right?
Oh, yeah, you see it? All right, cool.
Yeah. It's okay.
Okay, cool. Well, here, let me start going through it a little bit so that you can kind of see. So, okay. If y'all are unfamiliar with portals, it's very similar to Roblox, right? You can, import assets. You can change your avatar. You can do it in the form of, GLB files, or you can also, connect your wallet. And so today for this, I'm not going to be connecting my wallet because I just kind of want to give you a visual so that everybody can see what we're working on. But I do want to kind of take you around and give you a tour of all of this stuff and kind of explain what it all is. So first of all, I'm just using the default avatar. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. So I'm just like right up on him. Yeah, like right there. Cool. And I'm going to give you a little tour. So, okay. One of the things that we wanted to do with this space is we wanted to have a lot of different areas that we can host different things in. So one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to have like some water sports games, and they're going to be through here. All of these different structures are going to serve different purposes. I'll go to this big one in a second here, but all these different structures are going to serve different purposes. Each one is either going to represent a different game or social area, or a meeting area, or a piece of our liquidity ecosystem. So some of these things would be like connectable, and they'll have assets that are like related to the individual liquidity pairs. And then some of them are just kind of going to be cool hang spots. Now, the big spot over here that I'm very interested in showing, you can see there's like some little drop guys over here, a cool little waterfall. The thing over here that I'm most interested in showing you about is this very cool, greeting bot that Capsy set up recently. So here, check this out. This is so cool.
Wait.
Yeah. What's up?
I really need to watch this.
Oh yeah, you got to see it. Yeah, here. I'll wait. Yeah, I'll wait right here so you can kind of see what's up. All right. So check this out. Let me know when you're good. I want to explain what this thing is.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, you ready? Okay. So this guy here is our greeter, but he's more than just a greeter. So Capsy, who is awesome, has actually created a Moist agent that is informed by ChatGPT and knows everything about our project. So if you come in here and you start talking to him, like, "Hey, what's up?" He'll talk back to you. And
Oh
he
my
has
god.
all this information about our project. That's cool, right? Okay, so the very first thing you see when you come up to this, and we have this whole thing here, we call it the Moist Mansion. Very first thing you see is going to be this fella, and he is our bot. This is Moist. He is our robot. He knows everything about our project, and he is here to introduce you to the Moist Mansion, right? See that cool, thing up there? Man, some of this design is so cool. Anyway, right, so when you come in, a few things I want to show you today that I'm just like very proud of that our team has made. So one, right over here, and again, I'm not going to connect to it, but I do want you to understand what this is. This, my friends, is a physical metaverse Divi table. So this integrates directly with Divi. And if you're unfamiliar with Divi, they're one of our big partners. They do like, poker, sports betting, blah, blah, blah. They're kind of like the, poly market of Solana in a way. Really cool guys. They've been really awesome. They integrated our token into their poker games like a year ago, which is really cool. But what this is it's a physical space. So you can come here in our Liquid City. You can click on this Divi table here and it will launch the active poker games that use Moist or any other active games, related to the Divi ecosystem. So that's one cool integration that we have. Another one that we have right over here is our X terminal. This is going to link directly to our X. You can actually see that it kind of already does. It shows it right here. When you click on that, right? Yeah, like it actually opens up Phantom and you can see the info. And then this is just our Discord, like an actual shot of our Discord. And then over here, this is something that I'm really excited about. This is going to be like a huge arcade cabinet. So now, right now, we just have some basic TurboGrafx games and stuff like that, on here. But eventually what we're going to do is we're going to be hosting our own games. So we're going to have like Moist fighting games and we're going to have like maybe a Moist RTS, and a couple other things that we're working on. And they're all going to be there along with leaderboards, like weekly to monthly prizes and stuff like that. Then the other thing we have is over here. This is like a general exit, and also a meeting space. And so what we're going to have up here, it's not here yet, but what we're going to have up here is when we do like sort of, quarterly meetings or like big things like this, like we're doing right now, we're going to have it so that those streams play directly here too. So that if you want to, you can listen in live on X or you can hang out on our Discord or you can just be here in the metaverse ecosystem, and see kind of all the stuff that we're doing, whether it's a YouTube stream or an X stream or a team meeting or, all the public stuff that we do. But yeah, so I'm just really excited to show this to you guys. We're trying to integrate with every single piece. Now, one thing that's not featured here yet that we are going to do is we're also going to have spaces for every single one of our partners, and collaborators. So that includes, you saw the one for Divi, but that's also going to include, Soul Incinerator, and that's also going to include Woof, and a whole host of other, projects that we really like. And then the last thing I want to say really about this before I kind of end our little demo here is, for the release. Now again, remember, for this, we're going to be doing some whitelist, and for the release, we're going to be making this available to DAO members, founders, and then Moist Masters. That's our OG role. So if you're interested in getting access to any of this stuff, hang out on our Discord, hop in, and that's going to be the best way to get those roles. For the release, we're going to be giving away some Portals token because obviously, we're very, thankful for the ways that the Portals, ecosystem has come together to help us make this space. And then also we're going to be, introducing at least maybe one of our demos, at that release, party as well. Anyway, it should be a lot of fun. And I hope that, we get to see a lot of y'all there.
That was beautiful. That was massive, man. That was really, 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 really beautiful. Like, I really like, this shows that a lot of thought has been really put into the building of the entire Liquid City, because God, that's a city. And it was really, 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 really fun. And I'm really looking forward to, really being a part of it when it goes live. So yeah, the link to, the live is on the Jumbotron. If you didn't watch it now, I'm going to share it again. I'm going to retweet it to my timeline. You could always go there and watch it. And the link to our Discord is also on the second post on the Jumbotron. So with that said, you should be a part of Moist if you're not there yet. You should really be a part of Moist. Getting the OG role is very simple. You just have to be there, hang around, chat, learn, be part of the movement. Yeah, I recently got my OG role thanks to our main man here, Pazuzu, yesterday, right? It was yesterday, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, you got OG now.
Yeah, so, be part of this, yeah, I think that's that. Is there anything you have to say? Any questions from anybody? Vcrypt, do you have anything you want to say?
So sorry, guys. GM to Dion, GM to Moist. Long time. Please wait, Chimsy and Don exclusive. So sorry I came late because I was also having a space I was hosting. Sorry about that. And I don't have anything to say. I don't think I have anything to say. All I'm just going to say is I'm bullish on what Moist is building. And yeah, as Dion, the main man of this, I've been working with Dion for quite a long time now, and I know what he can do. So I trust you are doing good, Dion, for Moist. And yeah, I just wish to see the project to the top. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Really appreciate you saying that. Thank you.
That's my main man. That's my main man, Recrypt. That's a brother from another mother. You know, he was our co-host on our last space, yeah? But, he kind of
That's
had
right.
some network issues. He really couldn't talk at that space. And he had his space also today, so he hopped in a little bit late. But subsequently, during our spaces, he's gonna be there, live, active, doing things for us. So, I think that's that. So anything you want to say, Pazuzu, before we end the space?
No, I appreciate you guys meeting with me today. Yeah, this is, I think this is looking really good. And I'm excited about all the progress we're making, and, it should be fun to release, and, we'll get a date out there soon as we feel it's ready to rock.
Okay, so thank you again. Like I said at the beginning, we have the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Pazuzu and Moist. And like I said, I promised my guys that were coming in here that we're not going to take more than an hour. Moist is always straight to the point and we're done. So, without further ado and with all that said, thank you for being here. Thank God it's Friday. Go out over here in Africa, we say go touch grass, go and go have fun. You've had a really nice week. We've worked. This week has been a lot for everybody. So yeah, go live a little, go reward yourself. And we are going to pick this up when next we want to pick this up. Watch out for Liquid City. Moist is a token and a community that keeps growing and is going to do big things. So if you're not there yet, you're lost. So thank you everybody for pulling up. Thank you Pazuzu. Thank you Vicrypt. Thank you Chimsy. You've been here from the start. Shout out to Chimsy. Shout out to Don Exclusive and every other person. Thank you for being here. Thank you Pazuzu.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you as always. Catch you later.
Okay guys. It's a wrap.